Welcome into NFL Daily. I am Harrison Graham, back with some more NFL rumors and news. And guess what? It's another video, which means the Jamal Adams rumors are back, baby. He has officially requested a trade, according to ESPN's Rich Cimini. He also, and this is even more interesting, replied on an Instagram post with this super long thing about how Patrick Mahomes is about to make a bunch of money, how Christian McCaffrey got paid, and basically just said, maybe it's time to move on. Well, it appears he's ready to, because he has requested that trade. That was the tweet from Rich Cimini earlier, saying the situation continues to deteriorate. I don't really know what that means. I'm guessing just that the Jets have not offered Jamal Adams an extension, which is what he wants. Now he has officially requested a trade. So this is certainly a situation worth monitoring, something that's going to continue to develop. And I don't know if they're just rumors at this point anymore, guys. When the player himself has officially requested a trade, it's something to keep an eye on. Keep in mind, though, the Jets have not yet granted permission for him to seek a trade with his agent. So that is still up in the air on their side of things, but it's clear that Jamal Adams wants out of New York. This is that reply I alluded to earlier. He's not happy. Pat is about to get $40 to $60 million a year, which is well-deserved. Christian McCaffrey got paid not too long ago. Well-deserved. I'm going to protect myself just like an organization will look out for themselves at the end of the day. Maybe it's time to move on. Jamal Adams might be moving on, but we are not here at Chat Sports. I invite you to join the exclusive NOTI'S gang, and what I mean is I invite you to turn on notifications so you never, ever miss a video, especially when you're on mobile. You want a video sent straight to your phone, this is what you got to do. If you hit that bell after you subscribe and you're still not getting notifications, it might be a setting on your phone. So go to the settings app, scroll down, tap YouTube, tap notifications, and then turn on allow notifications. Take a screenshot of this if you need to. It's a simple 4-step process. That way you never, ever miss a video like this one, Jamal Adams trade destinations, that we did not too long ago. So we've got an idea of some teams that make sense for Jamal Adams. You can check that out on the channel here on youtube.com/chatsportstv. So this is certainly, like I said, something that's going to be over the next couple of weeks, going through NFL headlines. And guess what? Jamal Adams has some teams in mind as well. This is according to Adam Schefter, teams Adams would like to go to. Oh, really? He wants to play for the 49ers, the Super Bowl runner-ups? Okay. Seahawks, yeah, they're typically a pretty good team as well. Wants to go back home and play for the Cowboys? Real shocker. Philadelphia, another contending team. And then the Ravens, Chiefs, and Texans. So basically, Jamal Adams got out of bed this morning and said, you know what? I want to get traded by the Jets. Here are the 7 best teams in the NFL. Trade me to one of those. That's sort of. I mean, the Cowboys and the Texans may not be top 7, but the Chiefs are on there, the 49ers, the Ravens. I'd say those are some pretty good teams. So, look, he certainly has some reason to be upset in New York. They've been a mess. The Jets haven't had a lot of, they haven't been in a hurry to give him a new contract. But the reality is he's under contract through 2021. They don't have to rush to anything. Now, you don't want to make your superstar unhappy, but at the end of the day, it's a 24-year-old young player. Yeah, he has some skins on the wall, but it's not like this is Patrick Mahomes saying, pay me or I'm not showing up. This is a safety on a bad team. I love Jamal Adams, but I don't know if this is the best approach for him in the end. Where will Jamal Adams play in 2020? I'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get hit with the ad break, go ahead and scroll on down and answer this question. If you think it's the Jets, type J. If you think it's another team, go ahead and type O for other. Next story up here, Deebo Samuel, as we have some news here. He's got a broken foot. So Jimmy Garoppolo organized some team workouts in Nashville that several players have been going to, including Samuel, and apparently he broke his foot running some routes for his quarterback. So not a great situation. It's a Jones fracture, which it can be complicated. I remember Hakeem Nicks had that injury several years back, and he got rushed back, and that basically ended his career. Now, I don't think that's going to happen here. Young player, but if you're the 49ers, you want to take your time here because Deebo Samuel is the best young receiver that you have on your roster. Had a nice rookie year with over 800 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's utilized in the jet sweep game as well, played really well in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. At some point today, he's having surgery. I don't know if it's already happened. I don't know if it's happening later on this evening. I would assume it already has, as we're almost at 6 o'clock Central Time here in Dallas, Texas. But not great news. The good news is still a couple of months until the season. Ian Rapoport says that he should be ready to go early in the season. I don't know if that means week 1. Does that mean week 5? Who knows if the season even starts on time at this point, but not super ideal when you lose Emmanuel Sanders in the offseason, when Deebo Samuel, your number one guy on paper at least, has now broken his foot. You don't want to enter week 1 with Brandon Ayuk as your top guy. It's a lot of pressure on a young receiver coming out of Arizona State, and Jalen Hurd in the mix as well, who has yet to play an NFL snap. Like, they are thin all of a sudden at wide receiver. Sure, they have a lot of bodies, but how many are proven? Not very many. Should they sign a receiver? Here's some guys that come to mind. Do they want to flirt with Antonio Brown? I don't know. Josh Gordon, more on him in a little bit. Dez Bryant is still out there. I don't know how much he's got left in the tank. Same with Demaryius Thomas. He's still available. Honestly, on this list, Taylor Gabriel is the one that probably makes the most sense, and stylistically is actually a very similar receiver to Deebo Samuel. I think that would make some sense. Keep in mind, too, Gabriel was in Atlanta with Kyle Shanahan when he was their offensive coordinator and had some success, so that connection makes some sense as well. Should the 49ers sign a wide receiver? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously, they're going to see how the surgery goes, see what a timetable is, but I at least got to look at a receiver if I am San Francisco because it's pretty thin right now. Josh Gordon has applied for reinstatement, the troubled wide receiver coming off his 5th suspension, as he is still suspended, I should say, technically. He's trying to make a return to the NFL. Of course, he most recently played with the Seahawks toward the end of last season after they picked him up after the Patriots let him go. Here's Josh Gordon's lawyer about Gordon's latest battle with addiction and his latest suspension. Josh had a lapse because of his brother's death. That set him back. But since that time, he has realized how important it is for him to take the right steps. He understands he's been given every chance. He's looking forward to making the most of this. So we'll see how the applying for reinstatement goes. I would expect he does get reinstated with the NFL loosening on its drug policy. What do you guys think, especially you Seahawks fans? Should Seattle re-sign Josh Gordon? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. I expect there to be some interest across the NFL and from the Seahawks as well. Look, if he gets reinstated, I think it's certainly something worth pursuing, especially on a cheap one-year deal. Now, our deal of the day is this Stronger Together shirt. You can get it at chatsports.com/strong. Seahawks fans, you can get this one, but we have them for all 32 NFL teams. I'll put that link in the comments and in the description. Look, Father's Day, a couple of days away. This Sunday, you can get him a shirt right now. Even if it comes in a day or two late, just pull the old, "Dad, it got stuck in the mail" trick. Works every time. It's the thought that counts, and then he'll eventually get to put this shirt on. Go to chatsports.com/strong. You can represent your favorite team. Easy Father's Day gift. And guess what? All the proceeds benefit the COVID-19 Relief Fund. It's a great cause, and the shirts are on sale, and they're high quality. I challenge you, or I suggest that you get a shirt today at chatsports.com/strong. Now, Josh Gordon last year played in 11 games. He was okay with the Patriots. Didn't do much with Seattle. Had 139 yards in 5 games played for them. Who knows? I'm guessing the relapse hit during his time in Seattle because he was suspended in December. So hard to know exactly when that did take place. But when you look at the Seahawks depth chart, it would be interesting, right? Because Lockett and Metcalf, you're set there. Those are your top 2 guys. Gordon, your number 3 receiver, you slide Lockett in the slot a little bit more. That's intriguing. That's a lot of talent if you bring him back into the mix there. Dorsett becomes your number 4 kind of speedster guy that rotates in. That's an exciting receiving core for Seattle if they were to pursue it, but we'll see how it goes. He's applying for reinstatement. Typically, these things take a couple of weeks. Roger Goodell will, have his response and whatnot. I would expect he gets conditionally reinstated. All right, guys, I challenge you to subscribe to Chat Sports. I mentioned earlier, join the Noti game. To do that, you have to subscribe first. So hit that big red button and then turn on the notification bell. That way, you never miss a video. Share the link. It'll be in the description. It's right there on screen as well, but To copy-paste the link, go to the description, youtube.com/chatsportstv, share it with a friend, spread the word. We're putting up videos every single day, usually 3 or 4 videos per day. A lot of NFL coverage just for you guys. A couple of news items I want to get to before we wrap things up. Hard Knocks has announced they are officially heading out west. They're going to cover both LA teams, the Rams and the Chargers. First time that the HBO series has done more than one team at once. So this will be interesting. It'll be fascinating. The only problem is anyone interested in the Chargers and Rams right now? Not really. If Phillip Rivers was still with the Chargers, I think that would have been a lot more interesting to get a closer look at him, but not a ton of buzz around either of these two teams. But look, they always make it interesting. We'll see how it goes. The last 5 years, this is where they've gone. Oakland last year was great. Last year in Oakland, Antonio Brown drama, John Gruden, who says no to that? Browns, Bucks. They were with the Rams when they moved from St. Louis back to L.A. just a few years ago, and then the Houston Texans. Keep in mind as well, last 4 teams that have been on Hard Knocks have missed the playoffs, so hopefully the Rams and Chargers fare better than these past 4 teams. Now, who is the better team in L.A. right now? If you think it's the Rams, type R. If you think it's the Chargers, type C. Let me know. I like the Chargers' overall roster. I just don't know what quarterback's going to look like, so I'm going to type my R for the Rams. All right, last item here. Could we see larger practice squads? I think this is actually pretty likely. Right now, 12-person practice squads. NFL is considering increasing that number to 16 because, look, the ongoing pandemic, it's not exactly going away. You're seeing players test positive, and the NFL needs to explore and clearly is starting to explore contingencies for if players get tested during the season. How do you help yourself? How do you protect yourself? You have larger either base rosters or practice squads. So I think adding, 4 more players in the practice squad makes a lot of sense. Some notable dates, training camps. No word. We think late July, but nothing official. Preseason's August 6th. That's the Hall of Fame game through early September. That'll be here before we know it, and then the regular season September 10th. I don't think we're going to wake up in mid-late August, early September, and the COVID-19 pandemic just doesn't exist anymore. Like, this is going to be a challenge throughout this season, and increasing the rosters, increasing the practice squads, it just makes sense. It gives these teams more bodies to work with in case they get hit with a lot of positive tests during the season.